anything like that.
Who last week? Georgia obviously routed Oregon. Who last week's maybe their win opened your eyes more than anybody else as, okay, that's what I thought, but maybe better? Florida beat Utah.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah.
That one to death. Yeah, Anthony Richardson in Florida. I don't know off the top of my head.
I thought Arkansas would beat Cincinnati because of what we even discussed, the quarterback change and inexperience at that position on the road against a really pretty darn good SEC team. But that was important for Arkansas because last year was a 9-4, a lot of expectations in the division where there's all these other, problems with.
There'll be more of those. Like I think Tennessee is going to beat Pitt this week. So if that happens,
that game's in Pitt and Tennessee is favored.
Yeah. I think Pitt beating West Virginia was about exactly as how I thought that one would go.
If you look at the rankings and try to, there's not one really.
Yeah.
There's really not Florida was the one that was the big, whoa, my God. And I guess, and then Georgia, Oregon, and you said, you already mentioned that one. So, that
game was over immediately.
That was pretty much it though. Like everything else was how you drew it up, really. There was, maybe some teams dropping a spot or two, but those were the two by far biggest examples of dramatic drops. NC State didn't look very good, but they have expectations. So I kind of expected them to not look very good because that's NC State for you, right? That's kind of their story, so to speak. So, I think Devin Leary and company will bounce back, but I think those are the main ones. How about
Ohio State, Notre Dame? We got into that Monday. We didn't dig around into it too much. I think most of us thought Ohio State would win, but there were thoughts Notre Dame might get just thumped. And they were up 10-7 at halftime, and then they just could not get much done. It wasn't like Ohio State went out and just drilled them like Oregon did. What Georgia did to Oregon. I didn't expect that. But, the Ohio State offense with who they are, thought maybe if they're going to win that game, it might be 34-20 or that. But, hey, their defense, again, I don't know how good Notre Dame is on offense right now. Defense with Jim Knowles, they give up 10.
Yeah, that one, actually, you know what? That is a game that did not go as I thought it was going to go.
There were thoughts and a lot of comments and analysts and others that thought that could be a blowout.
Yeah, or that, but Notre Dame, Taylor used the right term. They made it a rock fight for as long as they could make it a rock fight. But Ohio State just has too many weapons, and a bad game for them is 21 points. So that means that your bad game has to be 22. Your great game has to be 22 if you make it a rock fight. So, yeah, Notre Dame's going to score a lot more points than they did against, Ohio State probably every other game this year. But that one did surprise me a little bit because I thought it would be, and I thought Notre Dame would probably score more. I thought it would be more, even a blowout might have been, 45-24.
I really wasn't surprised by Notre Dame. I was surprised that Ohio State had a little bit of issue offensively. That was the surprise to me. Not anything really Notre Dame did or did not do. That's kind of what I ultimately expected from them.
All right, we've discussed